Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin in Tucson, Arizona. Thanks for being here today. Some news and notes, as always. Like, share, subscribe, do the YouTube thing if you enjoy the content. If you hate the content, leave a comment. Appreciate it. All right, so this is being filmed somewhere in the fall of 2024. I'm just have a quick announcement, a couple quick announcements. Currently, sometimes we take submissions from people to send into NGC or PCGS. Currently, we're kind of closing that for a while just to get caught up on a few things. Also, if you want to, you can join NGC or PCGS and ship stuff directly to them. If you didn't know that, they have membership rates, and usually joining the membership, it'll cost some money, but usually it is offset by submission, the ability to submit coins, and they give you a credit towards submissions. So anyway, that being said, we're not taking submissions right now from customers to send coins in for grading. We are still taking coins in for stickering. It's a little easier process for us to handle on our end while we revamp all of that type of stuff. Also, hope to see you in January at the Tucson Coin Show, brought to you by the Coin Geek and by Stax Bowers. Thank you, Stax Bowers, for sponsoring, and we'll try to get a few more sponsors. On to the show, we got a Q&A today with some really fun questions, because this first question is radically opinion. So I love this one. Let's see who we got. Mr. Main Event. Are gold and silver in a bubble, or are they where they should be with inflation? Cha-chong, you decide. All right, so gold and silver at the time of this filming, silver is running about 3150. Gold is running in the 2600s. About 6 months ago, gold was under 2,000. Silver was kicking around 24 and 25. And so I'm going to give you first just my gut reaction to what I think the metal should be based on consumer demand. I believe that gold should be in the $1,500 to $1,800 range, and silver should be about 20 bucks. That's my opinion. And maybe I just want it to be that, so I'm going to speak it into the universe and see what happens, because that's how I see it. Now, part of that is by actual demand. For the gold part especially, the physical demand for gold on the broad consumer spectrum has just come to a stop as far as I can tell. I know that there's somebody out there somewhere that's buying this stuff up. I don't know exactly how parts of that industry work. I need to learn more about it. But, when gold, I was at a coin show in Albuquerque when gold broke through the $2,000 barrier, and it was like brake lights came on and everyone stopped buying and everyone just started selling. In the last 6 months, it's been mostly consumers wanting to sell their gold, not buy gold. And so there's plenty of people who are still buying gold, but nothing like it was before gold hit 2,000. So we'll see where it all leads. I mean, I could definitely be wrong about all of those things, and I'm happy to be wrong. I just try to be happy. And silver at $31 also, it just seems to me kind of high. Now, I like silver at the $20 price point. I don't have any scientific data, but you know what? I never have. I've never been able to predict the price of gold or silver. So that's why this is strictly an opinion question. By the way, anyone who tells you they know what gold and silver are going to be in the future, just run away. I mean, we stick to the same platform we've always done, which is like, if you're the average Joe, buy an ounce of silver every week or every paycheck, or 2 ounces, whatever your budget allows. If you got the money to buy gold, even if it's a fraction, go ahead and start doing that. By the way, I will continue to support platinum. I'll be the only guy in the world. Buy some platinum if you can find it. Platinum is still around $1,000 an ounce. It will eternally be $1,000 an ounce. It's really remarkable to me that gold and silver move so much, and platinum's just like, wah, wah. I like platinum. So, but what this speaks to is, I think a lot of this type of stuff is gold and silver. There's a lot of demand that is driven, I think, by industry. And then there's the whole whoever sets the price thing, da-da-da. So, but think about this. Gold and silver, when during COVID, when silver was like $22 an ounce, but it would cost you, the consumer, $30. Well, shouldn't the price of silver been 30? It was so illogical to me. So one of my conclusions is that consumer demand doesn't actually really dictate the price of gold or silver. Not that I can tell. I still think that over the long run, if you've been buying this whole time and you're still buying, especially if you're, say, under retirement age, and you just keep buying, you're not going to be upset that you did, especially with silver. in my opinion, just for the long term. Even if it goes back from 30 to 20, you just keep buying and you dollar cost average and it works out. And so relative to inflation was the rest of the question. Inflation is tricky, and here's why. And listen for this when you see anything about the price of something at a certain point in time. The inflation numbers depends very specifically on a point in time you pick, right? So you can say, are the Lakers really a good basketball team? Are they dominant? Now, wait a second. What time frame are we talking about? Right, and you get a radically different result. Same thing is true anytime you look at inflation. My uncle just turned 85, and so we had this, this 1930s thing that talks about 1939, what the price of, milk and eggs and houses and all this stuff used to be. Milk was 44 cents a gallon in 1939. That blew my mind because when I was a kid, milk was like 90 cents a gallon or 80 cents a gallon. Milk was had a negative inflation curve relative to everything else for the better part of 40 years, 50 years. And of course now we compare to the 80 cents and we're paying $2.85 or $3.50 wherever you're at, or if you're in Hawaii, God bless you. Okay, all right, on to the next question. Are hard pack Morgans worth more than the same coin and grade in a soft pack? So this is relative to getting Morgan dollars in the GSA holders, the government holders. So basically, when the government found the Carson City Morgans in the bank vaults, there were other dollars with them that were not Morgan dollars. Well, there were some that were not Morgan, they were peace dollars, but not all of the coins were Carson City coins. And the government took basically the Eisenhower hard packs and the soft packs that they used to put the 40% Ikes in, and they used those and repurposed them to put Morgan dollars in. A good thing we've always kept the size of our dollars the same, right? So the question here is whether they're worth more in the hard pack or the soft pack. And the answer is it depends on which coin it is, because some of the coins, for people who collect them by date, are extremely difficult to find in a hard pack versus a soft pack. So you'll actually have to do some research on which ones are more rare than others. In general terms, it's a lot more scarce to see a Carson City coin in the soft pack, and those do trade at a premium over hard pack coins. At the same time, there are lots of Carson City dollars that the rare date Carson City dollars, if you get them in a GSA holder versus out of a GSA holder, they are more expensive in the GSA holder, especially like the 79cc as an example. That's going to be something that's much more rare and expensive in a hard pack in the GSA holder versus not. I like to look at that stuff. I think those are underpriced, by the way, for what it's worth, especially the soft pack peace dollars, because they just don't seem to be as popular. But to me, for coins that I see so infrequently to trade for a couple $100, I just find that a fascinating area of the market, because Morgan and peace dollars are so popular and so well collected, and here they are in these holders, and I look at how few I see, and I'm like, this seems like a really good value. All right, that's just one man's opinion. Okay, circulated coins. Here we go. We've got, who we got here? Brian's saying, a circulated cameo. This sounds like something from a junk mail ad. Hopefully don't use that term to sell your coins for more money than they are worth. Well, actually, I appreciate the concern about that. We will not use that as a junk mail order term to sell our coins for more than they're worth. But what we will say is that circulated cameo is actually a term that's used in the numismatic community. You don't hear it very frequently. It's not the type of thing that goes onto a label. So it's not like when you get gray coin certified, sometimes on a proof coin, you can actually have the cameo label on there. So it's telling you you've got that contrast. So the idea here is just that there's a contrast of dark to light of the portrait and the background. And this appears sometimes on circulated coins, just like it'll appear on proof coins. And I don't know anyone who actually collects them because of that. I don't know anyone who's trying to put together a circulated cameo set of anything. Okay, so but I will say that I've had plenty of guys who use the term when they're looking at a coin. So a little bit less popular term in the numismatic world, not collected that way as far as I can tell, but it's a term, and I promise to not, mail order you guys to death with some of these things. Hopefully nothing I ever do here is gimmicky. it may be like schmaltzy, but it won't be gimmicky. All right, so there's that. All right, guys, so thanks so much. By the way, I don't have time to reply to all the comments, but just so you know, obviously I get a lot of questions that I use here from comments, so please continue to comment. Good, bad, and ugly. I mean, I don't mind the critical comments as long as they're not in regards to facial hair, but other than that, it's all good. So thanks so much for being here today. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.